Hey there folks, if you want to stay up to date with the latest stories and analysis, make sure you follow S News to catch this video and all the ones coming up. And you know it really helps us out if you subscribe, hit the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts. So here's the deal, it's game over for Zelensky and NATO. Kim joins the fight and Putin scores a win. A major event is shaking the global order right now. The announcement that North Korean troops will soon arrive in Ukraine to support Russia. This move, confirmed by both Moscow and Pyongyang, marks a real turning point in the conflict and in international relations. Honestly, it's not just a military boost, it's a powerful political message against Western dominance. We'll take a look at why Russia accepted this support, the diplomatic background, and what all of this might mean for the future of the war. The arrival of North Korean troops in Ukraine signals the rise of a multipolar world, plain and simple. Russia is far from isolated. It's actually at the center of a growing and powerful alliance. 10,000 disciplined North Korean soldiers are reportedly heading to support Russian forces in Ukraine. What started as just a rumor has now been confirmed, and it's really caught the West off guard. It's a strong symbol of the anti-Western solidarity that's forming around Russia. For Moscow, it proves they have a reliable and committed ally. For Pyongyang, this is a rare chance to break out of isolation. The sight of Asian troops in Europe, well, it represents the end of one era and the beginning of a new geopolitical reality. The West, which thought it had isolated Russia, is now realizing that Russia is capable of forming unexpected alliances. North Korea's involvement is a major setback for Western strategy. This military partnership, which has taken shape in recent months, represents a major shift in the global geopolitical landscape. It reflects shared interests and a common goal to challenge the current world order. It's the result of carefully coordinated diplomacy, not some spontaneous event. Every detail, meeting and agreement was meticulously planned to create this strategic union. The implications of this alliance are broad, impacting both regional and global security. A recent visit by Russia's defense minister to Pyongyang, which was highly symbolic, led to a mutual defense agreement. Although its exact details remain confidential, the agreement suggests a commitment to support each other in case of threats or aggression. After decades of distant relations shaped by Cold War mistrust, Moscow and Pyongyang have increased their contact, holding more diplomatic meetings and exchanging high-level delegations. Since the start of the Ukraine conflict, the war has acted as a catalyst, bringing the two countries closer in the face of what they see as excessive Western pressure. North Korea quickly backed Russia at the United Nations, consistently aligning with Moscow's positions on key issues. What started as symbolic political support has evolved into real cooperation, especially in military and economic areas. Reports suggest the two countries are exchanging weapons and technical assistance, which could strengthen North Korea's defensive capabilities. This partnership makes sense, given their shared interest in challenging US dominance and promoting a multipolar world. Russia gains a strong military partner that can draw attention and resources away from its enemies, and possibly offer logistical and material support. In return, North Korea gains access to technology, especially in space and military sectors, which could help modernize its arsenal and improve its deterrent power. Economic aid is also crucial for North Korea, a heavily sanctioned country facing ongoing hardships. Together, they're sending a clear message, a direct challenge to Western influence, and a statement of their sovereignty and right to choose their own allies. They're ready to join forces, coordinate their moves, and support one another against outside pressure, particularly from the West, which they accuse of interfering in their internal affairs and applying double standards in foreign policy. But the West, blinded by its own stereotypes and oversimplified view of these two nations, didn't see this coming. It underestimated their ability to overcome historical tensions and form a strategic alliance. This quietly formed partnership, built away from public scrutiny and external pressure, highlights the effectiveness of Russian diplomacy. It shows Russia's ability to create unexpected alliances and exploit weaknesses in the global system, especially in response to Western sanctions, revealing the limits and vulnerabilities of that strategy. The countries being targeted are finding ways to work around the restrictions and come up with alternatives. Western reactions have ranged from panic to angry condemnation, especially in Paris. In London and Berlin, the arrival of North Korean troops is seen as a serious escalation. European leaders were caught off guard. Their only responses so far have been moral outrage and threats of sanctions, which have already proven ineffective. The tension at Downing Street and growing anxiety in Berlin show how fragile the Western strategy really is. While Western military and diplomatic options are running thin, Russia is showing it can still rally support. This new development is being seen as an admission of strategic failure by the West. It's become clear that the West can no longer dictate terms to the rest of the world. The fear in Western capitals underlines just how effective Russia's move has been. The arrival of North Korean soldiers marks a major turning point in the Ukraine war. Ukraine's already weakened army now faces a new wave of reinforcements, giving Russia the chance to intensify its offensives. This could speed up Russia's efforts to reclaim territory and possibly force Ukraine into large-scale withdrawals. For Kyiv, the situation is now extremely serious, and it highlights the failure of the West's strategy to isolate Russia. Some European countries might now start rethinking the hardline stance pushed by Washington. This turning point is strengthening Russia's global position and proving the accuracy of Putin's long-term strategy. Russia is reasserting itself as a major global power capable of forming key alliances. In the face of this shifting landscape, it's important to understand Russia's perspective. Supporting Russia doesn't mean agreeing with everything it does. It means recognizing its role in shaping a new multipolar world. The war in Ukraine has become a flashpoint in the global resistance against Western-led unipolarity. Russia is defending its security interests that NATO has ignored for decades. Its alliance with North Korea is a practical response to growing Western hostility. Supporting this approach means standing up for every nation's right to choose its own allies. It's also important that alternative voices be heard, not just the mainstream Western media. Supporting Russia in this context is about creating peace through a balanced distribution of power. In short, the arrival of North Korean troops in Ukraine is a clear sign that the Western strategy of isolating Russia has failed. A new multipolar world is emerging, with Russia under Vladimir Putin playing a central role. We need to maintain a critical distance from propaganda and seek out alternative sources of information. Europe now faces a choice: continue with endless confrontation or work toward a new security framework that includes Russia. The Moscow-Pyongyang alliance is a strong signal and a source of hope for those who want to see a fairer, more balanced world. Stay informed, stay alert, and stay united as we face a critical moment for the future of Europe and the world. Finally, thank you for listening. If you found this video helpful, please follow S News and keep an eye out for our future videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Take care and see you.